you guys have ever been to the gym before? Pretty much everybody, right? Well, I've been going to the gym for about 25 years so far. It all started when I was about 13. I didn't always look this good. It all started when I was about 13. I was in about 7th grade. And usually when you go to the gym class, you do like dodgeball, you do volleyball, you do running, and you do all the sports. But one day the gym teacher said, hey, let's go work out. Let's go to the gym. And I'd never been to the gym before. So he kind of showed us into the gym. They have the leg press, they have the leg machines, they have the squat rack, they have the bench press, barbells, dumbbells, all that kind of stuff. And then I remember specifically, we maxed out that day. If you ever know what maxing out means, it just means you just keep piling on weight to see how strong you are, just incrementally. But I remember specifically that we maxed out on the bench press and we maxed out on the squat. And if you know what bench press is, it's pretty much you just get the barbell and you just push it off your chest like this. It's pretty much like your chest and your arms. But I remember my max was 45 pounds, which was just the bar. And then we did the squat. Squat is pretty much you get the weight on your back and you go down the parallel and go back up. So it's pretty much your legs. And I remember my squat was also 45 pounds. And I was just like this, just shaking it all the way down. But at the end of the day, I was really disappointed because I was the weakest guy. I was the weakest person there. Some people are doing 80 pounds, some people are doing 100 pounds or 105 pounds. So I was just really disappointed. And even when I got home, my arms were sore for like 2 weeks. They'd never been sore before. And I guess you can say I got bit by the fitness bug. And so I got to thinking when I went home, I was like, how do I get stronger? I don't want to be the weakest guy there. And so I was thinking, we went to Walmart, and there's this fitness area where you can buy things. And they have these big boxes where you can buy the bench press. So I bought that with my allowance money, and you can put together at your house. And then they have the concrete weights at Walmart too, so I bought that. And then I went home and put it in my room. And I asked my dad, I was like, where do you buy a squat rack? I didn't see a squat rack anywhere. So he said, I'm just gonna weld one together for you, like with some tube metal. So he welded one together. So picture this, my room, like a small kid's room, like a 10 by 10 or 10 by 12. It's all filled with weights and like bench press and stuff. My bed is over there, maybe just to sleep every once in a while. So over the year, I would just work out every day, and friends and family would come over and I would work out with them. So over the time, I was just getting stronger. And sometimes I went to Eckerd's or went to CVS and bought some of the magazines. Or sometimes I would just look at the magazines for hours just on the shelf, right, without buying them. Yeah. And people had the nice bodies in the magazines, and they showed you how to do the workouts, what each workout did. And so sometimes I would get some strategy from that. And so the next year rolls around, and we went to the gym again, and I was in like 8th grade. And I did 135 on bench, and I did 135 on squat. And so I was the strongest guy there. So it was a pretty good feeling. And everybody was surprised, I was surprised, and even the coach was like, that's weird. Maybe this is the weakest guy last time, why is he so strong? So, and then over time, I went to high school, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and I did powerlifting for all those 4 years. And then the coach told us how to do more strategy, how to do more form. And we did the bench press, we did the squat, and we did the deadlift, which deadlift means you just pretty much get the weight off the ground to a waist level. So I did that for 4 years, got a lot stronger, competed with other schools doing that. And then, even after high school, I still continued to work out. When I came to the DFW, I did the powerlifting competitions, and also I did some of the strongman competitions, like the amateur strongman ones. And you've probably seen like the World's Strongest Man. These guys are like 6'5", like 400 pounds, and they're just really huge. And they get these big stones, they pull the tractors, they pull the trucks, they just do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I kind of did that and got stronger doing that. So it's all, working out is really ego-driven, it really taxes your mind and your body. But over the time I've been working out, it's taught me a bunch of things. It's taught me perseverance. Sometimes you get injured for months and you have to lay off and you have to kind of work yourself back up. And this taught me goal setting, because to hit each milestone, you have to really work on your strategy. You have to really aim to get there. And this taught me accountability, because all these 25 years, no one's ever told me, hey, you need to go to the gym. Hey, you need to go. It's always been me to really push myself to go, really get up early in the morning and go. So hopefully my story gives you some motivation to work out. Thank you.